That's it. You don't need a camera lighting or Hollywood filmmaker skills anymore. What you need is a hook. What you just saw, that was it. A hook isn't just for YouTube videos or reels. It's the catchy headline for any piece of content. Before phones, by the way, we had these things called newspapers, text content printed on paper. The individual content units, there were articles. Every article had a headline. The content creators, the copywriters, the authors had to come up with a catchy headline that touched on the essence, grabbed attention, and made you want to read it. Okay, now the main thing, how to create these hooks systematically without relying on a sudden spark of inspiration. Before you brainstorm the hook, let's define what type of content this is, because different formulas work for different types. If it's educational content, the core formula is problem-solution. Notice that negative hooks work better. For example, why is your hair falling out at 25 will grab more attention than how to keep your hair healthy. 5 fatal mistakes in operating a lathe machine is better than 5 tips for using a lathe machine. See the logic? Negative hooks appeal to the problem, and our brain wants to close that loop by getting the information. That's also why numbers and lists work so well. They create a sense of order and precision, and our brain wants that structured information. An example from our case, a reel with coordination exercise and headline, "Do this exercise 3 times a day and your brain won't age," got millions of views across 2 expert accounts we manage, one in Russian, one in English. It clearly highlights the problem. Brain aging has numbers, a solution, do this, and intrigue, expressed through do this, urging you to watch the entire content. So now we supercharge the basic formula with 2 extra variables: problem plus solution plus numbers plus intrigue. You can amplify this formula even further. For example, let's break down the first part of such a hook. Learn this simple trick in 30 seconds and first, it starts with a call to action in the imperative mode, which consistently has higher conversion. Second, I say this trick is simple and everyone wants simple. Third, I add precise number which simplifies the task even more, just 30 seconds. And the next tool is, guess what? It's a marketing funnel. A marketing funnel isn't some secret knowledge only for experienced marketers. It's the path every customer takes in any sale in any niche. So if you are an expert and you sell something, you need to at least understand the basics of this tool. But what I see instead is experts constantly making basics mistakes in their funnels because not understanding the core concept, they're either just copy their competitors' funnels or worse, copy a funnel that doesn't even suit sales in their niche. Right now, I'll explain a principle to you in 1 minute. Knowing this, you will understand what steps your funnel should consist of to actually sell. It's a concept called a ladder, developed by marketer Ben Hunt, and it's called Ben Hunt's ladder. Every single buyer is on one of these steps in relation to your product, and they only buy from the final step. It never happens in any other way. The goal of your funnel is not to bombard your potential buyer with information about your product, thinking you are warming them up. The funnel's goal is to identify which steps your customer is on and take the action to move them to the next one, to change their state, transitioning them to the next phase. For example, it's pointless to offer a purchase to someone who doesn't even know about the problem or the solutions that exist. It's too early for them. A buyer won't buy a drill no matter how awesome it is when they don't need one. And the third tool is the brain. Real intelligence. And I don't mean refusing to use AI, I mean using them wisely. And here is what that means. Don't view AI as a replacement for your own human mental capabilities. View it as employees you hire for your team to make your work more efficient. Imagine you're an entrepreneur who opened a restaurant but tries to do everything yourself. Cooking, working the cash register, serving tables, washing dishes, counting the revenue, and handling promotion. How long-lasting and how scalable will that business be? I actually tried this, it didn't work. The most you can build with this approach is a mobile food cart like in Thailand. That's exactly what someone running an online business without AI will soon look like. Can you do it? Well, yeah, you can. But with the right team or AI services, it will simply be faster and way more effective. The other extreme is the person who tries to offload all the work onto AI. If we use the real life analogy again, this is the guy who even before opening the restaurant hired a chef, SMM manager, waiters, a designer, a builder, and told them, make sure the restaurant works and brings in the cash, and left for a month-long vacation. What do you think the result will be when he returns? The builder put up the fence, the designer is painting something on weird colors, the waiter is just walking back and forth with a chicken on a tray, and the SMM guy is asking everyone, want me to write 10 ideas for your blog? That's roughly the picture you will get if your employees or your AI tools lack clear instruction and a single command center, a leader, which is the role you play in your own business. That's why I put the brain in the first place. It's a very versatile tool. The brain can manifest qualities like intelligence, creativity, decision-making speed, willpower, discipline, and also the ability to decide which AI to use and how to use them. What to do next with this information? Check the description below the video.